So welcome back to my garage. This is Gamer Dom. Today I'm taking a look at the FE4004 Conway, which is the British Tier 9 tank destroyer. It's the one, so there's two tank destroyer lines in the British tech tree so far. There's the one that has the turretless guys, goes through the AT 82, 88, 87, AT15 Tortoise, and then FV215B. And then there's the turreted variant, which comes through the Archer, Achilles, Challenger, Charioteer, the Conway, and then finishes up with the FV4005. Now I have to say, in my opinion, this turreted line is one of the worst. I love the American turreted TD line, and in some ways the Archer and the Achilles are very similar to the Wolverine and the Jackson, but they don't play like it to my book. I never really got on with either of these. The Archer is a weird tank. You're better off driving backwards, and you get there quicker if you drive backwards. Yeah, look at that, 32 top speed in reverse, where it's only 12 going forwards. What's that all about? Anyway, the Achilles, I don't know, I just never quite enjoyed it as much as the American versions, even though on the face of it, with its Top Gun, it's pretty good. Challenger is just god-awful. In my book, that's one of the worst TDs, one of the worst vehicles in the game. It's just at tier 7, and you're regularly coming up in tier 9 games. It just doesn't have the stopping power that's necessary. It pecks at the enemy rather than, you know, makes them respect you as a TD. And I just don't get that one at all. I never enjoyed that one. Now, I got a bit of a buff recently, as did the Achilles. So I don't know whether that's made any difference. If anybody's got that and thinks that it's made a huge difference, let me know in the comments below. From what I saw of it, it was just tinkering around the edges rather than anything substantial. Then you get on to the Charioteer, which actually I think at tier 8 is a fantastic TD. All the pain that I went through in the previous lines, and particularly through the Challenger, was made up for with the Charioteer, because I just think that's a monstrously good tank, and I've held on to it. Oh, where's my phone going? Absolutely crazy. Shut up. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I thought the Charioteer made up for all the pain of the early, and I've held on to it because I think it's a great tank. The Top Gun on that is monstrously good. It's got real good mobility, no armor, but really good spotting values, pretty good concealment, just a good TD. So I've held on to that, which created some problems for me when I moved on to the Conway, because I wanted my crew to stay with the Charioteer, and I started a fresh one in the Conway. I happened to have in my barracks, I think it came with a Cromwell B, a crew with brothers in arms all fully trained up. So I trained it up, put it into the Conway instead, which was fine up to a point. But I quickly found out that not having Sixth Sense at tier 9 is a real hardship, because tier 9 and tier 10 tanks have such amazing spotting range. You just get seen immediately, and if you don't know you've been seen, just that minuscule reaction time, slower reaction time, meant I was getting creamed. So I started off really well in the Conway, then went through a real slump, spent a whole load of free XP to get my commander to get Sixth Sense, and it's been much more fun again since then. But the Conway has probably one of the nicest grinds of any tank in the game, certainly of any top tier tank or very high tier tanks. Look at this, you get one gun. It's the 120 anti-tank gun, and it's a tier 10 gun, and that's the only gun available, so there's no need to research anything else. It's immediately available. So this tank is pretty much as good as it gets from the day one you unlock it. I mean, the engine power goes up and the track speed goes up and all that, but the reality is you have the Top Gun. There's only one turret, so there's no need to research anything else. So the two sort of things that most people worry about in a tank the gun and the turret are already fully researched. You don't need to do anything else. The rest of it is just tracks and engine, and nobody cares about the radio, but I think that one's already there. I think you already have that radio, top radio. So I've finally researched the top engine, which gives it quite a good increase in horsepower, which is good, over its previous one, and that gives it a little bit of mobility. So anyway, enough of the fuffle. Let's have a look at the vehicle. Let's move the crew out, because one of the problems, as I discovered with these new supposedly simplified stats that the Wargaming have given us in the next patch, if you put the crew in, it automatically changes all these. So I want to see what it's like with just a no crew or a bog standard medium crew, nothing special crew. So here it is. It's a weird looking tank. It's basically it was an interim design of a vehicle. It's when the British Army or the NATO Army saw the IS-3 for the first time, and they realised that they didn't have anything that was good enough to pen an IS-3, and so this was a quick fix tank. It was designed on the chassis of a Centurion and has this big ass 120mm gun on top. So it's not pretty because it's a bastardized tank, but it's pretty effective. Let's have a quick look at some of the stats. So hit points wise, 1500 is pretty reasonable. Armor, as you'd expect, it's a TD. It's only 76 on the hull. It's quite well angled there, although that lower plate is pretty good. But reality is a tier 9 tank, so you're going to go up against things that have 200 plus penetration. So 76 even angled is inconsequential. So yeah, you're not going to bounce anything. 50 on the side of the hull and 38 on the rear of the hull. The turret's slightly better. You have this pretty big gun mantle here. I mean, it has 132 frontally on this turret, and it's not very well sloped, so that's not great. But this gun mantle is very good. You can see it's. Let me zoom in a bit. It's got spaced armor here, and there's armor behind. So you do bounce shots off the gun mantle. The problem with that is often the gun gets damaged or knocked out. So you get with one hand, you take away with another. But the turret actually has armor, which is useful, very useful, because it's a very high tank. You can see it's like a driven, mobile pillbox really. Has 95 on the side, but it's pretty flat. So again, you're not going to stop an awful lot, and only 36 at the back of the turret. So you've got a reasonable amount of hit points. You've got a reasonable armor for a TD. It's okay. Mobility wise, it weighs just under 52 tons, with the top engine has 950 horsepower, which gives it a top speed of 35 and 20 in reverse. So it's a good one for firing that shot, getting back out of the way. That's my comments about the fact that this, before you got Sixth Sense, is a bit of a problem, because once you've got Sixth Sense, I mean, you should always assume, particularly in top tier matches, that if you fire the gun, chances are someone's going to spot you. So you should always pull back, because there is that bit of a delay before your Sixth Sense goes off. But I found that even without that, even trying to do that, I was still getting wrecked. So you need Sixth Sense really, but the reverse speed of this is very good. The top speed is okay, and it moves around moderately quickly, not as well as the Charioteer, but not bad. Traverse speed is 31, which is also pretty good. So yeah, all good. Concealment, well, it's quite a big vehicle, so it's not great concealment, particularly when you're moving. But if you can stay stationary, not fire your gun, you can remain hidden for quite a long time. Once you fire that big ass 120mm, yeah, you're going to be spotted. I did for a time use the camo net on it, but then decided that I would use the slot for vents instead. So spotting range is a fairly okay 405. Which is okay at this level. I use binos because I want that extra bit of view range. So really good. Signal range is outstanding, but nobody ever cares about that. So what about the gun? Let's have a look at that. So as I said, you get this 120mm gun. It's the first gun you get. It's the only gun you get on this. It has a really good rate of fire. 7.69 for a big shell like that is pretty impressive. and penetration with a standard round is 259. With APCR it's 326, and that both of those shells give you an average damage of 400, which is really good. With HE it fires a sort of Hesh type round, a bit like the Charioteer does, has 120 millimeters of penetration and does 515 damage, but they are expensive, so be careful with that. But yeah, useful if you're going up against soft targets or artillery. You can do a lot more damage with the Hesh cells. Dispersion is 0.32, which is pretty good. Aim time is an excellent 1.9. So in fact, this appears to be the same gun that you get on the Tortoise. Is that the top Tortoise gun? I don't know, I haven't unlocked the Tortoise, so let me go and have a look. Yeah, it is. There you go, top Tortoise gun. So there you go, and you know how good the Tortoise gun is. So yeah, that's what the Conway has. Really nice gun. So what else can we say about this? Reload tone 6.2. Rate of fire, as we said, 9.7. Traverse speed of the turret is it's a big turret, so it's not fantastic. Only 18.2 degrees per second, which is not great. Gun depression is only -5. Well, what do you expect? It's look at that. It's a big gun and a big turret, but no, -5 is usable. Elevation is +10, which is okay as well. Average damage per minute is an outstanding 3,887. So what else can we say? I think that's probably it for this thing. I really like it. I've played now 41 games. I say when I started out my first few games, I won loads of good things, got lots of damage done. Thought this is fantastic, and then went through a real dip when not having a Sixth Sense commander made a big difference. So I now have spent an awful lot of free XP, at 28,000 to get the commander up to Sixth Sense. The rest of the crew are around 80% for this second skill because they already had that Brothers in Arms. So I say this was the crew I think which was given to me with the Cromwell B premium tank. Came with the Brothers in Arms crew, but I used an existing crew in the Cromwell and just had them sitting in the barracks, so it seemed a shame. So they've already got Brothers in Arms, which gives them extra load time. I also use pudding and tea because I haven't found, touch wood, this thing gets hit by, it doesn't tend to catch fire very often, so I've tended to stick with pudding just to give that extra 10% to all my skills for the crew. And I only carry small repair kit and a first aid kit. So let's take it out and see whether we get lucky with it this morning. So here we go. I'm platooned up with Wigo in his Skoda T50, which he's pretty deadly in, and we're on Airfield. It is a tier 10 game. About a third of the teams are tier 10s. And I'm going to do something in the Conway that I don't normally do in a TD. I've seen lots of people do it, and I've never had much success myself, but in this game I did. I'm going to head out towards the sort of down the 0 line, I was aiming to get to sort of B0, that sort of area there, and hopefully to support the push up through the normal sort of heavy alley, although there's not an awful lot of our heavies heading that way at the moment. There's an E50M headed up there, an Object 140, and I'm just trundling along trying to get into position. You can see this thing is not really quick, but it's not that slow. It's a medium paced TD, not as quick as something like the Charioteer was and the tier below, but he'll still get there. 35 is not so bad. So I'm here, I'm sort of halfway, and I realise that those tanks are about to pop out, and I'm just wondering whether they can see me, but it doesn't appear they can. And there is a PTA. Well, that's a nice easy starter for one, because he was presenting his side. Can I get another shot on him? Oh, that shot was a bit wafted. Probably didn't aim it as well as I should. But there is a T10. That's a nice juicy target. Got to aim for the lower hull because his turret is pretty strong. and him and the so I went for the leopard because he had more health and I could get more damage, more bangs for my buck, so to speak. But oh, and that was aiming for the T10, but as I was about to say, they have a really strong turret and that shot went for the turret. The leopard, however, does not have a heavy turret, so that's a good kill there. Okay, oh, that's a bit more different. Jagdpanther E100. Just gonna see whether I can track him in place. See if our artie's paying attention. He immediately repaired. That one went far too high. It was a shame because there's the Object 140 who I could have had a beautiful side shot on. But he doesn't realise I'm here still. That was a nice shot right into the top of his turret. It was side on, so that he's going to have a hell of a job stopping the 120mm shell. And I still have not been spotted. I don't really know what I was trying to do with that shot. I think it was just the excitement of seeing the E100 there. So I got to that spot and just sort of stayed there because I didn't actually need to move. I couldn't be seen and I was getting targets fed to me. So perfect move for a TD really. So I'm trying to get in this. Yeah, just no chance of penning him from here. Not when he's angled like that. But I'm still, you know, trying to keep him busy, keep him honest. He's pulling back. Can I track him again? No, that shot went too high. I think I jerked the shot as I tried to fire. It's the trouble when you're firing at range. That didn't go through. No, that was a surprise. Just wasting ammo really here. There he is. He's whittled down. Can we get lucky with a shot on him? Go on, turn. Come on, now. I want you. Yes, baby. Come to Papa. So, yeah. I got lucky. He turned side on, and side on, this gun can go straight through him, and it surely did. So, it's 6-5. So it's a tight game. Fired a lot of shells there. Only 2,000 damage. I was considering going on the heat, or APCR I think this thing has, but I went back to normal round because there aren't any heavy tanks anymore and everything else should be easy to pen. So they look like they've successfully got through the K line, but I was keeping an eye on it and I could see that was about to happen and tried to get up there to try and cover. E100 likewise is over here. Can I get a shot on those boys as they trundle up the... that's annoying. Just after I get there he disappears. Oof, that was a bit of a fortunate shot on the 54 lightweight. Could only see a tiny square at the back of his arse, but managed to put a shell through it. So that's all good. Oh, and then it's a big ass turret, so the it does take a while to bring it round to bear on the next target, and that's what happened there. I missed the chance to fire up the Skoda as he went past because I turned towards the lightweight instead, and it just takes a long time to swing that turret back round again because it's a big thing. So it is 10 plays 7, so we've got to be careful because you know have seen games where you've been thinking you've got this in the bag and suddenly, and there you go, 10-8 now, so it's only 2 tanks in it, so I need to do something. Now this is not an ideal scenario for me here because the Conway has very poor gun depression or elevation for that matter. Oh, that's good. So it's quite tough to get your gun down on things. However, let's see what we can do. Oh, there's the Bulldog. He made the mistake of coming around me when I was still loaded, so he's now dead. So I think we've probably got this in the bag. Oh, ouch. But the backjack arty decides to give me a bit of a rearrangement of my furniture. I had to use a repair kit because those things are autoloaders and you get hit once, chances are there's going to be another shell very, very soon in the same vicinity. So yeah, it's 13 plays 8. I've got 3 kills, which is nice, and 2,600 damage. Gonna support these boys as they move up. We're looking for an object 268 and the backchat artillery. The backchat artillery was last seen up at what's that, D1, and the object behind the base, but that was a long time ago. So they, well, the object probably isn't very far because they can't move very quickly, but the backchat artillery is very, very nimble. Oh, it's back. Why? Doesn't that happen to you guys all the time? You aim. You sort of think, right, I'm going to commit to one flank because chances are the archer are either in K1 or C1 or AB1, and you do that, and then lo and behold, it's the other flank. Can we get the kill blow? Yes, we can. Very nice. I was surprised I could actually pen him, but I think because he was slightly tilted down on me, because he'd backed up too far, that was probably why I could land a shell straight into him. So I've loaded the Hesh round. Don't know whether I get a chance to fire it in the backchat artillery, but we'll give it a go. He's the only thing that's caused any damage to me, so it's a bit of revenge, but the artillery's only on 6 hit points, so that's pretty much it. Well, it is exactly it, so GG. Okay, so here we are on Redshire's. It's a 2-9 game, so that's good. I think we just go and be a bit passive to start with. No, I tell you what, I'm gonna go. Oi, sorry, Mr. T71. That's pretty stupid of me. I'm thinking about going up to sort of A1 area, because there's a nice spot there. You can snipe down into anything that goes into the castle, I believe. So let's go under cover, whiz along, and you can see it moves pretty well, this tank. 35, quite happy to do 30, 35. And here we go. Of course, driving into rocks is entirely optional. Noob. So what we can do is support those 2 heavies as they run into the castle. There we go. Can't get a shot on him yet. Huh. Ammo racked the SU-122. It's going to upset him, I'm sure. Okay, I can't get. Can I get a shot on him? Oh yes, sir. Can't get a shot on him. That WZ's on the wrong side for me. Can't hit him, I don't think. Where is he? He may actually be on the right side. Okay, we're going to push. Not done an awful lot over here. The enemy team's folding. Oh, it was folding. 6-4 now. Oh well, okay. Not quite as folded. There's a Wheezy 132, he's dead. There's the enemy. Not really had much chance to shoot anything over here. Nothing. Unfortunately, the enemy didn't commit very hard this side, which is a bit of a bummer. Okay, we're just going to have to go balls deep. So where is that? Can we hit that type 61? Fortunately, he's on the wrong side of the hill for us. But he's not. Thank you, Mr. Black Prince. Give me a bit of damage. Oh, where did that shot go? Hit him again. Can we finish him before he disappears? He's running away. Okay, but they're pushing our cap, so we've got to push up. Can't get my gun up. Damn. Gun depression or gun elevation on this thing is not great. Look at that. Didn't even pen him. That did. Can we finish him before I get hit by that 61? There we go. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Artillery's loaded in on me. Okay, I need some help from heavies. Missed him. He's hiding behind that rock. Gun elevation and depression on this tank is not great. Great. Good, got it. Just at the right moment. Okay, there's the Wheezy. He's a tough proposition to take on frontally. Oh. Ah! Couldn't deal with him in time. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, look at this. Come on. Oh, they killed each other. Oh, idiots. Oh, we lost the game. Oh, well. Wasn't a great game. And it shows the limitations of this TD. It really needs a flat terrain. Or at least a long range shot, because the gun depression and the gun elevation is shockingly bad. So where do we finish? We got a 5 for effect. Finished 5th. 2, 3, 4, 5 on the team. 2,200 damage, 1 kill. Fired 11 shots, hit with 7 of them, penetrated with 6. That 2,200 damage. Most of that was done at long range. Took 5 hits, all 5 penetration. Yeah, 0 armor. Nearly 27,000 credits after costs, just under 2,000. So it's an expensive vehicle to run, but it is a tier 9. 536 XP on a premium account. So yeah, we'll have another try, see what we can do. So that was a second class mastery, fighter and fire for effect. Finished out, oops, sorry, hit the microphone. Finished out second on the team with 2,828 damage and 4 kills, 845 base XP, 17 shots fired, 16 of them hit, so you can see that accuracy coming into its own, but only 9 pens, which is a little on the low side. For our 2,800 damage, we got 627 assistance, made 35,500 roughly. After costs, that just was up to about 13.5, so you know, not a credit generator. 1,267 XP, being a premium, gave us just shy of 1,500 XP, which is nice. So here we are on Stalingrad. It is a tier 10 game, as you would expect. Well, you can get a tier 9, I guess, but unlikely to. Put my teeth back in. What's been going on with the matchmaking tonight? But most games have had very, very few heavies that I've been in. Oh look, and everything's lemming training the other way. Oh joy. Oh joy, oh joy, oh joy. Well, really, I'm not going to sit here. This is just stupid. Sorry, Mr. Arty, but I'm not sitting here just to die. When all you oh look, and then the flipping spick moves out just as I leave that spot where I could have had a nice shot on him. Okay. Let's support the grill. Ugh. Trouble is, every time we go for anything, they're just gonna rush us. Ah, shit. Oh, DHE loaded, shit. Come on, try it again, Mush. One shot. He's gonna kill me. Oh, I can take a shot from you, Mush. He's dead. There we go. Worked out okay in the end. But blimey, I hate that when those teams just everything lemmings and leaves you completely in the lurch. But that's the beauty of the Conway. You can get a little bit of you got a bit of mobility, and you can get around the flanks of things, especially when you've upgraded the engine and everything. So I actually finished second on the team, 1500 damage, 679 experience, base experience. Got a third class mastery, arsonist because we set fire to that Jag Tiger at the end, and fire for effect. 6 shots only fired, 6 hits though, and 4 penetrations for 1500 damage. We took 2 hits, both of which penetrated well. That's not surprising. I use T, but I've obviously got plenty in the kitty because I actually made a profit out of that of just 9,000 credits. Tier 9 games, tier 10s and tier 9s, you're unlikely to make a profit. Or any significance anyway, unless you have an absolute monster game. So 25,000 was the gross credits. After costs went down to 9,189. I actually just thinking about it, I did fire, I don't know how much the shells are, but I did fire one. Unfortunately it was at the IS-7 and didn't do anything to it. 1,019 experience. So that's the Conway. It's a really fun tank to play. I like it a lot. It's that gun is fantastic. The fact you don't have to do any upgrade of the gun to make it a viable tank. You do need to upgrade everything, not in terms of moving on to the top tier tank. Well, you need the tracks to go onto the tier 10. But really, just to get those the extra engine power makes a bit of a difference actually. I mean, it's still not a speedy tank, but it's not a slouch either. So yeah, good generous grind, fun to play, good accurate gun with some pretty good penetration, and the Hess shells for using against lightly armoured targets. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a like and maybe subscribe for more content. And I'll see you again soon. Enjoy your games, have fun, try and remember it's just a game. And I'll see you again. Gamer Dom.